What's good, y'all, and welcome to my review for Everything Everywhere All at Once. Just got back from the theater. This movie, no lie, is fucking awesome, man. I fucking loved this movie, man. Seriously, this movie was an absolute blast. Entertaining as hell, man. The fights are incredible. How they shot half of this movie will always remain an anomaly to me, man. But without further ado, man, let's just jump right in. So the movie is directed by the Daniels and stars and by the way, apologies if I butcher any names. I am not Chinese or Asian for that matter. Michelle Yeoh, Ke Hu Kwan, who you guys may remember as Short Round from Temple of Doom. I did not know that till after I watched Chris Stuckman's review, and I was like, wait, what? That's him? My God, he's so old now. Stephanie Hugh, my girl Jamie Lee Curtis, James Hong, Jenny Slate, and many more. And the plot of Everything Everywhere All at Once is that when an interdimensional rupture unravels reality, an unlikely hero must channel her newfound powers to fight bizarre and bewildering dangers from the multiverse as the fate of the world hangs in the balance. So first up, we got to talk about the cast. Michelle Yeoh, if I'm pronouncing her last name right, apologies if I'm not. She is fucking awesome, man. We all saw how great she was in Shang-Chi. She was amazing there, and she is spectacular. I haven't really seen a lot of this woman's movies. Like, I'm pretty sure the only movies I have seen of her with her is this one, Shang-Chi, and Crazy Rich Asians, which I'm actually pretty sure that when we get to the movie star section, when she transforms, and they show like a montage of like, oh, her as a movie star. I'm pretty sure they used actual real footage of her when she was going down the road, because I could have sworn I saw Crazy Rich Asians, like the title of Crazy Rich Asians in the background in one of them, man. I don't know if I'm just going insane or if I was seeing shit, but I'm pretty sure they actually just straight up reused old like red carpet footage of her for that sense, because I'm pretty sure I saw Crazy Rich Asians out there. By the way, that movie sucks. Boring as hell. Anyway, I had to get that shot in there. But she's absolutely fucking phenomenal this movie, man. Her performance is absolutely legendary. This is awesome. From me, personally, from the movies I have seen her in, this is without our best performance, at least to me personally. I'm sure some of you guys look, oh, I'm actually in this one Chinese movie she was better or whatever. Like, but for me, from what I've seen of this woman, this is my favorite performance of her. She's fucking amazing, and the fight scenes, man, her is amazing. She's amazing in the fights, man. Seriously, shout out to this woman. This woman has to be like 60 or something, and she's out here doing all this crazy shit, man. Shout out to that woman, man. She's fucking amazing. So she was great. Ke Hu Kwa, if I'm saying his name right, he was amazing as well. I loved his performance, man. I thought he was really good. Jamie Lee Curtis, low-key stole the show. The handful of times we do see her, man, she's awesome in every set. Like, you guys know I love Jamie Lee Curtis, Halloween fan. But she's amazing in this movie, man, especially when we get to like more batshit insanity, where she like is like stapling a paper to her head and it starts hitting drop kicks and backbreakers. She straight up becomes a pro wrestler, man. And you guys know me how much I love my wrestling, so I was laughing my fucking ass off during those sections. So there were so many times where I just fell out of my chair. I was laughing so goddamn hard. Seriously, man. Jamie Lee Curtis in the movie is fucking amazing, man. She low-key steals the entire show. James Hong I thought was great as well as Stephanie Hughes. I thought she was great as well as Joy. I thought she was great. Really liked her relationship with Evelyn. Thought they were both great, and I love their performances, and they worked really good. Yeah, especially when we started to see her kind of like doing her things later on in the movie. She's great, man. She was awesome. So that brings me to the next thing we got praised is this movie is fucking hilarious. Like, I'm not gonna give out too many spoilers because there's so much batshit insanity in this movie that I don't want to spoil for you guys, but just there is you have fanny packs, you have a Ratatouille knockoff that might actually be an actual Chinese knockoff movie of Ratatouille that might have actually got made. I don't know, but knowing China, there's a good chance that movie actually was a legit thing, and they were straight up everything removed. I don't know if there were or not. If you guys know for certain, please leave it down in the comics. But you have that, a dog. I already mentioned the fucking drop kicks. There's so many other just insane parts of this movie, man, where just the comedy with like the fights and everything, it's just fucking absurd, man. Like, legit, I mentioned this on my Twitter when I posted my review for it, but this movie is literally just the Marvel and DC multiverses on fucking LSD. Like, they tripping balls off this shit, man. Like, bro, this shit is, which That's the one thing another thing I gotta say. Now, I didn't know, this is something I didn't really think about or notice when I first watched I saw a movie. This is something after I watched the sub interview he mentioned it, where like he mentions that the movie is kind of akin to the Matrix and takes something from the Matrix, which now looking back after hearing that and looking back on the movie, it definitely does have some things common with the Matrix. But I always felt it was more so just like the Marvel and DC multiverse, because how the multiverse acts in this movie is basically the same as it does in Marvel and DC. If you guys have if you read your fair share of Marvel comics, or you're kind of in the know, or some of the movies or anime movies or whatever have tackled this and such, or if you just like knowledgeable like me, this is basically how it works there. And I've kind of been noticing this as a trend, and like this is good fun because one of the other movies I saw recently was Donnie Darko. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I mentioned I saw Donnie Darko, and the multiverse and how it travels with time travel and everything kind of also works kind of like how the multiverse is in Marvel and DC. But I've kind of been noticing with this movie, which also low-key is like the perfect appetizer for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness next week, which unfortunately I'm going to have to wait an additional week to see because I want to watch the movie in IMAX. So I'm going to have to wait so I'm going to have to wait like an extra week, and then once I finally get back home to where I can finally go catch it in IMAX. So yeah, the review for that one's going to be delayed. I'm going to have to basically be off Twitter for 2 whole weeks, basically. So that should be fun, just trying to avoid spoilers, but but I've kind of been wondering, like with movies like this, and of course with Multiverse of Madness, I am curious. I am noticing that a lot of more movies that are tackling the multiverse are starting to make it just kind of model it off Marvel and how DC do it, because which I don't know if this is just like a massive coincidence, or if maybe because Loki and Multiverse of Madness has finally been delving into the multiverse, and of course you got Flashpoint as well, or the Flash movie, which got delayed till next year. Yay! Another one of my movies that got literally like 3 of my favorite, 3 of my or 2 or 3 of my most anticipated movies from this year on my list have gotten delayed. You had Spider-Verse, which that one I was kind of shocked by, and then The Flash. So, yay! Y'all wonder why I don't do those. Why I was hesitant to do that list. So I didn't do the list last year. But anyway, as I was saying, I am curious to know if they're doing this, if like the reason they're now kind of doing this is because Marvel is finally delving into the multiverse with Loki and of course Multiverse of Madness, or if this is just all one coincidence. I don't know if people think that they're cutting edge when they're doing this, when Marvel's been doing this, and DC for that matter have been doing this shit for decades in the comics, or if these are just big Marvel fans and they're finally now like, oh, the MCU is not doing it, now I can do my insane, crazy multiversal story. I don't know. I just kind of know that more movies are tackling the multiverse now ever since Loki and Multiverse of Madness are coming out, and they're all kind of like, and they're almost always just copying how it's done in Marvel and DC. I don't know. That's just me, and that's kind of how I felt about that. But yeah, but I liked how they handled the multiverse, and I liked what they had. And it's not like they completely just copy how it is in Marvel and DC, nor do they ever like really copy the Matrix. They definitely take elements of them too, but they definitely do their own thing. Like I said on my Twitter, this is the multiverse on fucking LSD. Like this is like I haven't seen the movie, but this is like if you mix Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with like fucking Loki or something, with just how batshit insanity this movie gets with the multiverse and everything, and the different versions of Evelyn they go through, man. Like the one like we see in the trailers, the one where she's like spinning around like those sign things, another one where she's a cook, another one where she's like the movie star, which I'm sure is just Michelle Yeoh. That one's just her. But yeah, man, the fights are amazing. I gotta say, this movie is beautifully directed and masterfully shot, man. So the cinematography in the directed movie is spectacular, man. This movie looks amazing. The fight scenes look incredible, man. But it's not just like the movie itself looks great. There's so many great shots, a lot of good tracking shots, and just the overall camera work on display, man, was just fantastic, man. The editing is, of course, spectacular as well, because I have no idea how the fuck they got half of these shots, and the fights look so good, man. Seriously, whoever was the editor, shouts to him, and I'd give that man Oscar for Best Editor, man. If this movie isn't nominated for Best Editing at the Oscars this year, we're going to have a problem, man, because the editing in this movie is probably some of the best I've ever seen. Because I don't know how the hell they got half these shots and how they managed to make this all work. Because this movie should not have worked with all the batshit insane shit they're doing, man. But they made it work, man. Seriously. Shouts to everyone that worked on this movie, man. Y'all outdid yourselves. So, you have that. The comedy is amazing. The performances are great. The fight scenes are spectacular as well. I already mentioned how great the choreography is and everything. Also, another thing, another part of there was another, like, just it goes back to the comedy before we get into the negatives. I love that around the beginning of the movie they straight up start to poke fun at how complex and unnecessarily complicated pronouns have become, which I agree with, man. Like, yo, y'all people on Twitter turned something that was super simple and just made it made unnecessarily complicated. But hey, that's Twitter for you, man. But that joke, that one was pretty funny, man. That one I was like, hell, even everyone in the theater was laughing at it too. So it wasn't just me. So yeah, but yeah, that one I liked too. That one was also pretty funny. Now, a part of me also wants to give this movie a 10 out of 10, give it that full legendary rating, and be like, this movie's a masterpiece. You need to go see what you guys definitely should. Seriously, go watch this movie, man, and support this movie, man. It's fucking amazing. But there's a couple things in here, or really one thing that really kind of held it back for me from giving it that full legendary rating. And I might get, this might be like a hot take, or like an unpopular opinion, given how, well, we'll talk more about that. But first off, one minor little flaw I have, I don't know, knowing this was done on purpose. But whenever they do switch to animatronic animals, you can tell they're animatronics. Obviously, we're going to use real animals for this stuff, but like, I feel like you could have made them at least look a little bit more real, not so mechanical. Because they do straight up look like animatronic animals. You would find it like Chuck E. Cheese or something, man. But yeah, the animatronic animals definitely don't look as convincing as they probably should have. But like I said, knowing this movie, that was done completely on purpose. That was all part of the joke or something. But the main problem I have with this movie, and like I said, I'm probably in the minority with this one, considering like during this part of the movie, I'm 90% certain the dude behind me was crying because I was here. Like legit for like 20 minutes straight. But like the last 20-ish minutes or so of the movie, I'm not gonna lie, the movie did start to lose me, because the movie starts to go from this absolutely batshit insane multiversal story to a movie taking these last 20 minutes or so. The movie takes itself way more seriously and gives this message about family or something. I don't honestly, by this point, half the dialogue wasn't even registering in my brain anymore. like this was absolutely insane, man. But yeah, the last 20 minutes or so, that's when we started to lose me a little bit, when it started to take it so more seriously and give out this message about family. I think it is. I don't know. This could just be a cultural difference because I'm not Asian, but I don't know. But like I said, obviously it worked with some people, and some people because like I said, the dude behind me, I'm pretty sure was crying throughout this part of the movie when they go into the where they go and get more serious and give out and give out that message about family in the last 20 minutes or so, man. But yeah, that part of the movie I just didn't really vibe with. Like I said, it just started to lose me, and I was like, I wanted to give the movie a 10, but that scene, man, that whole like last 20 minutes or so, that just kind of where the movie lost me, and that's why it's not as high as I would have gotten. But who knows? Maybe upon multiple viewings, I might change my mind on this, and I think the ending is amazing, and it'll be like, yes, this movie's a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that, but yeah, I wasn't personally a fan of I wasn't that big on the ending or like the last part of the third act. That's when the movie started to lose me, man. That's just me personally. But yeah, man. So also, one thing I also love about the movie is that the movie strip goes eternal darkness on you. I'm not going to say where or what, but I thought that was pretty cool that they did that. They went full on eternal darkness with y'all. Fucking with you. I thought that one was cool. But yeah, man, that's about all I can say about Everything Everywhere All at Once. Please go check this movie out. For all of y'all that say Hollywood's out of ideas, this movie says otherwise, man. And while you're at it, go check out Massive Towns and The Northman. I've heard those movies are fantastic though. I will be seeing The Northman, but most likely when I get back home, so you guys will get the review of that one, along with Massive Town. Most likely I'll have to wait until I get back home to watch both of those. Because I want the next movie I see to be to most likely be Multiverse Mass, because I don't want to bring spoilers. But yeah, man, and I want to make sure I don't get tempted to check Twitter and end up finding some shit. But yeah. Anyway, guys, overall, my final verdict for Everything Everywhere All at Once is going to be a 9.5 out of 10, guys, man. And yeah, as always, guys, leave your thoughts down in the comments. Did you love the movie? Did you hate it? Did you actually end up loving the ending? Were you tearing up as well? Because I was like, bro, why are you crying? It's not even that sad. This ain't fucking turning red. This ain't a Pixar movie. Why are you crying? But I don't know. That's just me, man. Maybe I'm the asshole. But yeah, man. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments when you guys saw the movie. And hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked, if you did, subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like, a link in the description box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.
She